So it's been officially a couple weeks since I unboxed the Samsung Galaxy Buds Plus in the brand new Aura Blue. I discussed I was going to give an in-depth review, but I already remembered I did a review, so there's no need for me to do that. So instead, in today's episode, I'm going to take a look at a revisit, me going back to these headphones, and after using them for an extensive period of time, I'm going to explain to you why I am not only sticking with these headphones, but why I prefer the Galaxy Buds Plus than any other headphone that I have used in recent memory. All that on today's episode, so stay tuned. What is happening, everybody? Michael here. Welcome back to another episode of Technoid, and in today's episode I'm going to take a revisit to the Samsung Galaxy Buds Plus in their brand new Aura Blue. So not only am I taking a look at these in their color, but I'm also going to discuss to you guys why I decided to go back to these headphones and also why I am sticking with them. So I want to just disclaim a couple things. Number one, to new people just tuning in, I am a tech show host that runs a tech show called Technoid. I discuss rumors and news of tech. However, a couple of occasions I have gone off the branch and done things like this, and I discuss MMA on my weekly or monthly podcast. So if you're interested in checking out the content that I can offer, please hit that subscribe button. It truly means a lot if you do. And number two, I have already reviewed these headphones in extensive detail, discussing everything that you need to know. So if you want to check them out, if you want to check out that review, I will leave a link in the description or at the end of the video. You can click on it and watch a more detailed breakdown. Now that I got the disclaimers out of the way, let's kind of break down why I went back with them, and let's take a look at that Aura Blue color. So getting the Aura Blue out of the way, it really looks stunning. When you compare it next to the Note 10 Plus in Aura Blue, from my point of view, it feels nice. The shade is a little darker, like a marble-ish kind of style, but it's still Aura Blue, no doubt. The color is really nice. It has a nice gloss finish to it. It also feels really premium in your hands compared to the older model, like I said in my review. The earbuds themselves have the nice Aura Blue shine with a touchpad, a little bit of a matte on the earbud themselves, but honestly the Aura Blue to me is one of the coolest things, if not the coolest color, I've seen Samsung offer besides the red. So, now that we've looked at the Aura Blue, let me explain to you why I am using these headphones again and why I'm going to stick with them for the long term. Now again, this is all my opinion. Everything that I'm saying in this video is just my opinion again, so if you disagree with them, that is completely fine. But if you're also looking to purchase, I will hopefully give you some ideas and hopefully explain why you maybe should buy them. So number one is design. Now for me, I'm all about earphone designs. I always believe a good designed earphone that can help with good noise isolation is a great headphone, period. I have always been vocal that noise canceling, while is a good feature, is not really something you should be buying into headphones nowadays. If you need noise canceling in your earbuds, I always was under the assumption that it just either didn't have a good noise isolation profile or just needed to make up for the lack of noise isolation. With these headphones, while they don't have noise canceling, they do have a great noise isolation, and that is thanks to the customization of the ear tip and the ear foam, whatever you want to call those things, the ear wing tip. It's confusing. But basically, with the customization of being able to go from small, medium to large, and also if you want to use memory foam with Comply foam tips, they help to block out the noise around you and helps to make a nice seal, so that way it feels nice and snug in your ear, and it also feels very flushed. Whenever I take my shirt off or if I'm swapping shirts or doing anything, not only do they not hit anything, but they stay in nice and easy, and they just feel very comfortable to wear. Now compared to the Liberty Air 2 and Liberty 2 Pros, they're not completely off, but with the Liberty 2 Pro, the ear tip for me always felt a little bit bigger and always had some irritation in my ear, and the Liberty Air 2 just tend to slip out whenever I was doing any exercise. And that's another part with the design. Whenever I'm doing extensive exercises or anything like that at all, it definitely helps that they stay in perfectly and they feel great. So that's my first reason why I went back to them. Number two, and this is more of a nitpicky one, the integration with your Samsung phone. Now, being that I have a Note 10 Plus and a Galaxy Watch Active 2, it only makes sense to stay within Samsung's ecosystem and use what they have built in. And honestly, these headphones have been expanded a lot better in the Samsung ecosystem than you would probably say for outside. Now, for Samsung users, you should definitely be taking advantage of this because just recently Samsung released an update with the widgets option where you can now see your headphone icon, also the ambient noises, the battery indicator. I will show you in this clip as you're watching, but this is also backed up further why I choose to use these, because not only are they integrated much better, but it's so much easier with seamless connectivity and also its pop-up icons. To me, they feel perfect. And I usually like to stick within an ecosystem. If they were made for the company, I usually tend to stick with them. But that's just me. Again, we're all different. You probably would want something else, but for me, I like that ecosystem build. From the pop-up icon to now the widgets to the in-app capability, support, and some other features that I'll discuss after. Number 3, the most important one, is the sound profile. Now these things are rocking a woofer and tweeter, so the sound quality is a lot better compared to last year's model. Now, in terms of the Liberty 2 Pro and the Liberty Air 2, while those two were probably some of the best sounding earphones I've had, I have to admit, in my personal preference, I'm not a bass lover that much. I do like bass, but not overpowering. My problem with the Liberty 2 Pros was that the bass was super deep, that sometimes it was just really too punchy for me, but some people like that. I'm just not like that. The Liberty 2 Air 2s were also bass heavy, but not too bad. My only issue was that it was trying to make up for the highs and mids, but also feeling really combusted. I'm very nitpicky, you could tell. With these headphones, not only do you have a two-way driver, but also they are tuned by AKG. So not only are your mids going to be the emphasis, but you get a little bit of high in there, but with those two drivers, the low end gets a nice frequency range, and also it's personally, in my opinion, a perfect sound signature for me. It's deep, it's got nice vocals, you can hear your treble. I like the sound profile. They are tuned perfectly and they sound great. So for me, that's my main thing. Next reason, and most importantly, for me anyway, would be the in features that you get. Now this is something that I did say was important, but let me clarify. It's only important to me, but not necessarily to you. But in the Samsung app, if you use the wearables, there's a feature in the lab. Now, I don't know if you guys have used this with your Galaxy Bud Plus, but they have a few test features that help make it a lot better. Well, some of those test features have actually helped improve my experience. Like, for example, the touch side of the earbud where you can tune the volume, that has worked perfectly, so I don't have to give up anything. I actually gain a feature instead of taking it away from the touchpad. Also, the gaming feature definitely helps out a lot when I'm playing a game like PUBG or Fortnite on a mobile. And number 3, also that extra ambient sound. While it does need a little bit of tweaking, it still definitely is an improvement. For me, I like the fact that Samsung has some experimental features that help make a big difference in your view and also how you use them. The next thing, which is kind of subjective, is the battery. Although other earbuds have a lot more better battery, the earbuds themselves have 11 hours and I have yet to see them die down since I've been using them. I actually charge these maybe once every 2 weeks. That's how good these batteries are. Now, other earbuds do have better battery capabilities, but for me, 11 hours on the buds, 11 hours on the case for 22 hours, that's more than enough for me. And the last reason, the main reason why I went back to the Galaxy Bud Plus was the price. For $150, these buds definitely deliver. A lot of people say, oh, for $150 you can get the Liberty 2 Pros or you can get something else like Jabra or anything. Yeah, that's good and all, but for me, being that I've used the Galaxy Buds, the original, and I've already liked them before, trying these ones out not only step up my experience, but also for $150, you're getting a pretty good set of wireless earbuds. They work also perfectly with iOS, my MacBook, when it comes to connection. The Bluetooth speeds are incredible when you transfer from one device to another. And overall, in just my opinion and really kind of summing up this video, the Galaxy Bud Plus were made for Samsung devices. They were made for people that want to stay in the ecosystem. And for me, I personally just felt like that was for me. I love the Galaxy Buds, the original, and now the Buds Plus were perfect. Now, I'm not going to take away anything that I said about the Liberty Air 2 or the Liberty 2 Pro. And while I do like them a lot, at the end of the day, it came down to the design, the fit in my ear, also what I do with that design, also in terms of exercise, etc., the sound quality, and most of all, the convenience. So those were the 4 factors going into this decision, why I decided to switch with them, and why I'm going to stick with them long term. I just thought it would be important to tell you guys because a lot of you did want to see this video, so I hope you got some information out of it. And that's it for today's episode of Technoid. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, hit that like button. If you disliked the video, hit the dislike button. That helps circulate my videos as well. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care, everybody, and peace.